All right, let's go ahead and go through the very first example. Here we have about this. So that's we will create exponential equations and inequalities in one variable and use them to solve problems. So some of the little reasons that I've been doing, this will come in handy when you are going through your review. Okay, so the last lesson that I did was exponents. So this is just showing you an example of what I had taught on the previous lesson. I showed you a couple of examples like 2 squared, 2 to the 3rd power, and this just shows you the exponent is a little tiny number up at the top. And here's what it looks like when you are solving with an exponent. So you would think when you see 2 to the 5th power, you're thinking probably 2 times 5 equals 10. However, you're multiplying 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 like that equals 32. It helps if you break the problem down like you saw in the other video. If you break the problem down, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, like that. If you break it down and so on like that, the answer comes out correctly. So just a brief definition we have, exponential growth, that's where you see the exponent 2 squared, like that. Exponential growth again, we have, just like this, we have 5 to the x power could be 5 to the 2nd power minus 20. Then you have exponential decay, which is, it's getting smaller. So a fraction to the exponent power, it gets smaller. So then that's why the fraction half is now 1/8. So here's the examples. The population of rabbits doubles every 6 months. That's exponential growth. Every year, the water level of a lake drops by 0.5%. That's decay because the water is getting smaller, as you can see in the picture. Half of the players are eliminated in each round of the tennis tournament. That began 128 players. That's decay because it's getting smaller. And every week, the grass on the lawn is 10% taller than the previous week. Exponential growth. Grass grows and you have to cut it. And then that just kind of explains it. Okay, so here's the form. Variables tells you what it is. This is b. X is the exponent, that's why it's smaller. And a is what you're multiplying by. Okay, we'll just kind of walk through this real quick. Go to the next problem here. And I'll kind of touch on this too. So 30 times 1.25 to the x power is growth, it's getting bigger. And at a rate of 25%, that 25 represents 25%. Then we have 500 times 0.75. That means it's getting smaller. So it's decay. And also that's 25%. 75 plus 25 is 100. That's a full 100%. We consider this decay. Then we have the other ones of growth, and then decay. Usually, if you use the number as exponential growth, it would be 1 point something or just a solid whole number. 2. When you see 0 point something, that's usually decay. It's getting smaller. And then it kind of explains it right here for you. Then here's another where you can add some adding problem in the exponents. Here's another just basic solving of an equation. We've done this before as well. And then talk about this question. So when we solve this equation right here, we have 7 to the 3x minus 17 power equals 49x. And then here is how you are going to, so it's 17. And here's how you're going to break down to solve the problem. And I'll have another brief lesson of how to solve exponent problems like this, because I did not have a lesson on that just yet. Because you'll see that again in another one of your tutorials. Okay, here's just some definitions for you. And then this one, I'll have a mini lesson on how to solve these. Because it can be a little confusing with a fraction touch of the lesson. Make sure when you're going your to make sure that you understand your what that are good information for you. And then this is just some problem here. And I'm skip this is important. Make sure you take a look at this. And negative. This is about the end of the tutorial. You watch all of it. Okay. So take a look at this real quick. Exponential expressions written like this. Equations written like this. This will be in the next mini lesson. Creating an equation. And inequalities with greater than, less than, or greater than, equal to, less than, equal to. And that is the end of the tutorial. Exponents and everything later on. And let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.